There is a small yellow IC card reader bolted to every gate at every Japanese station, and most Americans walk past it without understanding what it just did to their entire mental model of public transit. This video breaks down the specific things Japanese commuter systems do that Americans consistently misread, not because Americans are careless, but because nothing in the American commuting experience prepares you for how these systems actually work. Segment 1: The IC card tap and why Americans keep reaching for their wallets. In most American cities with transit cards, you load a fixed dollar amount, swipe or tap, and the machine deducts a flat fare. So when Americans arrive at a Tokyo or Osaka station and tap their Suica or Icoca card, they assume the same thing just happened. It did not. The Japanese IC card system calculates the exact fare based on the distance you actually travel, deducted the moment you tap out at your destination gate. You are not paying a flat fee. You are paying for exactly how far you went, down to the station. This means the gate is not just a turnstile. It is doing live fare calculation every single time. Americans who load money onto the card and then tap in without enough balance get stopped at the exit gate, not the entry gate, after they have already ridden the whole route. That is the moment the confusion hits. The card was accepted going in, but the math only runs when you leave. Segment 2: The painted lines on the platform floor and what they actually mean. Walk onto any platform in Japan and you will see painted arrows and numbered queue positions marked directly on the floor. Americans notice them, but most assume they are suggestions, the way painted bike lanes or crosswalk guides feel optional in American cities. They are not optional. Riders line up in 2 single-file rows at each marked position. The doors open directly in front of those marks. People waiting step to the sides, passengers exit through the center, and then the waiting line boards in order. The entire sequence takes roughly 20 to 30 seconds and nobody breaks from it. There is no rushing the door, no crowding the edge, no one slipping in from the side. What this reveals is not just a cultural politeness habit. It is an engineered loading system. The painted marks exist because the train operator designed door positions, car capacity, and platform flow together. Americans who step to the front of the door gap, the instinct from every American bus or subway experience, are not being rude intentionally. They are importing a habit from a system that never built this kind of precision into the physical infrastructure. Segment 3: Silence as a default, not a mood. American commuters talk on their phones, play audio out loud, and eat on the subway without a second thought. In Japan, phone calls on the train are considered genuinely disruptive. Most riders use silent mode and keep conversations short or skip them entirely. Eating on local commuter lines is also uncommon, though it is more accepted on long-distance services. Americans often interpret this silence as coldness or unfriendliness. That reading misses the point. The silence is not social withdrawal. It is a shared agreement that the space belongs to everyone riding it, and that adding noise or smell to a crowded enclosed car is a cost you are imposing on others without their consent. The system was designed around that agreement. The quiet is the feature. Segment 4: What happens when the train is late and how rarely it is. American commuters build buffer time into every transit trip because delays are part of the baseline assumption. 15 minutes late is normal. 30 minutes is frustrating but not shocking. When Americans first use Japanese commuter lines and the train arrives within seconds of the posted time, the reaction is usually disbelief followed by the assumption that it must be a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. Japanese rail operators track on-time performance in units of minutes, and delays of even a few minutes are logged, reported publicly, and treated as operational failures worth explaining. This is not a cultural quirk. It is the result of scheduling systems, staff coordination, and infrastructure investment built specifically around that standard. The American misread here is assuming that the punctuality is a happy accident or a product of lower ridership. Major Japanese urban lines carry enormous passenger volumes. The precision runs at scale. What Japanese commuter systems make visible is the gap between infrastructure that was designed around the rider's full experience and infrastructure that was built to move bodies from point A to point B and nothing more. The IC card, the painted queue marks, the silence norm, the published on-time standards, none of these are accidental. They are design choices. If the IC card fare system caught your attention, the next question worth sitting with is this: Japanese vending machines handle payment and product delivery in a way that makes American vending machines look like they are from a different century, and the reason why is not the technology. It is what the designer assumed the user already knew. Subscribe if you want the specific breakdown of that system.